In 2001, when the internet, of course, temporarily tanked, our one-year contract was up. We moved to 580 Fifth Avenue, and we decided that we were going to open up our own laboratory and make the guaranteed diamond grading certificate available to the entire industry. In 2003, searching for more consumer information, to help educate the consumer about the diamonds they're buying, we were able to negotiate and acquire a little-known lab that was languishing down in Dallas, Texas, called Diamond Profile Laboratory. Diamond Profile Laboratory in the late 90s did the early work on measuring light performance in diamonds, something that you hear a lot about today, or you hear performance-based. But direct assessment light performance is very real. It's a very real science, and it does work. So we were able to acquire that in 2003. In 2005, I got a knock on the door from a gentleman named Michael Haynes, the CEO of Collectors Universe. Collectors Universe, for those of you who don't know, operates 5 labs in the collectibles, the high-value collectibles market. Everything that they certify, they guarantee with a money-back guarantee. Our lab appealed to them. We, of course, said no a couple of times. I couldn't imagine that a publicly traded company could possibly have the same ideals, the same goals, and really be concerned about the public as much as I was. Well, when my wife and I came to our senses and we began talking seriously with them, we were acquired in 2005 by Collectors Universe so that we would have the assets and the resources to take our idea of a guaranteed diamond grading certificate globally. A month later, we purchased Gemprint. Now, many of you in this room are involved in diamonds. You've heard about Gemprint. It was developed in Israel in the mid-1970s, came to the United States. It was a big hit with the FBI. They still use it. RCMP in Canada uses it. But it never had a good marketing plan. It was never really accepted in the U.S. markets. And so as a result, the company was laying in wait for a suitor. We have made the Gemprint, which is optical identification, an optical fingerprint of a diamond. We've made that the cornerstone of every certificate, every GCAL certificate. Just recently, and you'll notice if you go by the press room, we have a press release, I think it's hit some of the wires already, that we have strengthened our guarantee. We have a zero tolerance, 4 C's consumer guarantee. I think that is certainly is about as responsible as we can be as a corporation. I believe that the consumer deserves no less. When they're making a decision at the counter as to which diamond to buy, I believe that they should be able to rely completely on the diamond grading report that accompanies that diamond. Collectors Universe auditors, how are we sustainable? How can we offer such guarantees for such a small fee in terms of lab services? Collectors Universe auditors reserve a portion of all certification fees at the end of every year, and they just determine what percentage it's going to be in the following year. I won't read all these numbers to you, but the blue numbers on the left, these are actually charged to cost of revenues at the end of every year. And for the last 3 years, it's been right about $500,000. The payouts in red, those are actual payouts, claims that were made by consumers to Collectors Universe that Collectors Universe agreed with and paid those claims. And the fund still has $710,000 in it. And we are actually really just getting on board with enhancing our guarantee, which did have a tolerance, so as not to confuse you, our guarantee for the last 7 years has had a tolerance of 1 grade. A lot of people felt that, well, gee, anybody can hit it within 1 grade, and yet no other laboratories match that guarantee. We now have a laboratory, we now have a guarantee, and we do now challenge the rest of the gemological community that they too should look at this kind of corporate responsibility. Since 1986, GCAL related divisions certified over 20 million high-value assets worth almost $15 billion. That's just in the last 20 years. Collectors Universe balance sheet, not a huge company, it's a small cap, traded on NASDAQ. It's a cash-rich company. We have about $52 million in cash and cash equivalency, and essentially no liabilities. Our liabilities are shareholder equity. Last year, our company paid, Collectors Universe paid dividend payments to investors that totaled 36 cents per share by the end of the year. I thank you very much. I'm sure that we'll have some questions about our guarantee and about some other things later on, and I appreciate your attention.